What's going on? Welcome. So, why am I doing everything right but still struggling financially? This is what we're going to be talking about in this video. So, why am I doing everything right but still struggling financially? So, I'm sorry it is morning. I have to keep my voice down and talking as loud as I can. I'm just wondering, I always wanted to try my headphones, but I know they're going to make that weird headphone sound, and I can't stand that. So give me 1 second. Okay, well, first I'd like to say welcome. Welcome. So I'm going to give you the answer that is kind of running in the background of most of these tools that I'm providing. Okay? It's not you. It's not you, it's just the life that you were born into. Okay, I have to put it that way because I do have some products available, so I can't go in too deep. Because through these tools, you're able to make the transformation just like I did, which I will talk a little bit about so you know I'm not just some random woman making these random things for you to listen to. So in 2025, I went through a very gentle spiritual transformation. And between December and January of 2026 and December of 2025, I went through a very harsh spiritual transformation. This all had to do with God, the Bible, what was written in the Bible, what I wanted to see change in my life, and the change actually happening. Depending upon how deep you choose to go with this, whether you choose to go ahead and purchase my products, you may experience this for yourself. I went through something that was so harsh. I describe it as a Rubik's Cube lining up together and clicking into place, but the clicking coming together was the harshest part. When everything finally came together, it just all made sense, and it was like being a brand new person. So, what I'm saying to you is this I have been through some things that have given me these insights that I'm now sharing with you. Sorry about the noise in the background, I had to put the heat on. Okay, so yeah, in 2025, I really wanted help from God. I wanted to change my life, but I wasn't seeing the change happening when I wanted it to and how I wanted it to. I thought if I prayed and asked God for change, that the change would come, but it didn't quite work like that. So I want to read the scripture to you that's on the screen. It says, "And to be renewed in the spirit of your minds, and to put on the new self, created after the likeness of God, in true righteousness and holiness." You know, earlier I said to you that it's not your fault. This is not your fault. It's basically about the world that you were born into, meaning many Christians have the issue that you're facing right now. So I want to go through this line again, or these lines again. It says, "And to be renewed in the spirit of your minds." What does that mean? What does that imply? I'll tell you what it means. It means there's stagnation going on in our minds that needs some type of renewing. And then it goes on to say, "and put on the new self." Put on the new self. Why would I want to put on a new self? What's wrong with myself right now? Is something not right? This is implying that we need a new self as believers. Then it goes on to say, "created after the likeness of God." Oh, okay, well, I know that God's likeness is probably amazing. So that sounds pretty good. And then it says, in true righteousness and holiness. Oh, what does that imply? That I'm not already true righteousness and holiness? This Bible verse is saying a lot. Okay. So it's talking a lot about changing and becoming like God and being renewed in our minds and in our spirit. But I thought that if I was a Christian and I read my Bible every morning and did my devotionals consistently with my whole heart, that would be enough. Now, in a lot of cases, it will be, but let me get to the steak and potatoes. There are some things within our minds and spirits, sorry about the noise in the background, that require a deep dive, or we can call it a deep inner cleansing. Okay? If you are somebody who likes the tool of prayer, pray to God and ask Him to cleanse out whatever needs to be cleansed so that you can just move ahead forward financially as a Christian. Try that. If I were you, I would try that. But for me personally, I take a different approach. You see, I believe that this book was written to assist us in life. And so I see it in itself as a tool. So if I want a certain outcome, the answer has to be in this book. This is what I believe. And obviously, you believe the same thing, or you wouldn't be listening to this. So, what I like to do is read more and more and more. You see, I know you don't know this, but I'm about to share this with you. What you're asking for is a transformation and an elevation. A transformation and an elevation. Those are two separate things. Sorry about the echoing. So if I were you, I would choose a portion of the Bible that I enjoy reading and read it deeply and enjoy it and feel it on the inside deeply, deeply, deeply. And from this point, once you change yourself spiritually, just like the Bible verse says, through your mind, putting on a new self, created in the likeness of God, in righteousness and holiness, you will feel the change within you. You just need to dive a little bit deeper. And like I said, this is a book of spiritual transformation. So choose a part that you love and read it and feel it and believe it. And see what happens after that. I hope this made sense. If it did, leave me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I'd be honored if you would subscribe. Thanks. Bye for now.